Inside Rihanna's insane $2 million watch collection, you won't believe what she spent. What if I told you that one person's watch collection is worth more than most people's houses? And what if that person turned a simple timepiece into a choker that costs more than a Lamborghini? Welcome to the mind-blowing world of Rihanna's luxury watch collection. Stick around because what you're about to see will completely change how you think about luxury watches. Based on the latest 2025 reports, Rihanna's net worth currently stands at approximately $1.4 billion, making her the second wealthiest female musician in the world. But here's what makes this story even more fascinating. Rihanna didn't inherit this wealth. She built it herself, transforming from a young girl from Barbados into a global icon who can casually drop hundreds of thousands on a single watch. And today, we're going to explore every single piece in her collection that we know about. From subtle everyday pieces to show-stopping custom creations that literally stop traffic. Before we explore the specific pieces, let's discuss what makes Rihanna's watch collection so special. This isn't just about spending money, it's about curation, personal expression, and making statements that only someone with her level of influence can make. Rihanna approaches watches the same way she approaches everything else in her life, with boldness, creativity, and an eye for pieces that work as both functional timepieces and high-impact fashion statements. She's one of the few female celebrities who actively collects watches as a serious hobby, not just as accessories. Each piece in her collection tells a story about where she was in her life, what she was achieving, and how she wanted to express herself. Rihanna wears her luxury timepieces everywhere, from red carpets to grocery stores, from business meetings to casual outings. This approach has actually influenced how the luxury watch industry thinks about female collectors and how watches can be integrated into modern lifestyle. Jacob & Co. Flying Tourbillon Choker. Let's start with a piece that literally broke the internet and redefined what a luxury watch could be. When Rihanna attended Pharrell's debut Louis Vuitton runway show in Paris, she didn't just wear a watch, she wore a watch. Choker that cost $670,000 and changed the entire conversation about luxury timepieces. This wasn't just any watch converted into a choker. This was Jacob & Co.'s brilliant Flying Tourbillon, a piece that was already spectacular in its original form. But here's where Rihanna's vision comes in. She didn't want to wear this masterpiece on her wrist like everyone else. She collaborated with Jacob & Co. to modify the watch into a choker, complete with a custom alligator embossed leather strap. And get this, the fastening mechanism? Good old-fashioned Velcro. It's the perfect combination of ultra-luxury craftsmanship and practical functionality that somehow only Rihanna could pull off. The impact of this piece cannot be overstated. It sparked conversations in fashion magazines, watchmaking circles, and social media platforms around the world. Jacob & Co. Brilliant Skeleton Northern Lights, the $76,000 Super Bowl statement. Now, if you watch the 2023 Super Bowl halftime show, you witnessed one of the most iconic watch moments in sports entertainment history. Rihanna's performance was already going to be legendary, but the watch she chose to wear made it even more memorable. The Jacob & Co. Brilliant Skeleton Northern Lights isn't just a watch, it's a work of art inspired by one of nature's most spectacular phenomena. The entire piece features over 300 diamonds. For her Super Bowl performance, Rihanna chose the red version perfectly, coordinating with her custom all-red ensemble by Loewe and Alea. Think about that for a moment. She was performing in front of over 100 million viewers worldwide, executing complex choreography while pregnant, and she chose to wear a $76,000 watch while doing it. That's the kind of confidence and attention to detail that sets her apart. But the story doesn't end there. More recently, in July 2024, she brought this same watch back in. A completely different context, a dressed-down look while out in Paris. Chopard Happy Sport Joaillerie back in 2017. When Rihanna served as an ambassador for Swiss jewelry house Chopard, she didn't. She just posed for photos. She co-designed a capsule collection and regularly stepped out in some of the brand's most spectacular pieces. The crown jewel of this collaboration was her diamond-encrusted white gold Happy Sport from the Happy Sport Joaillerie collection. Valued at $130,000, this glittering masterpiece accompanied her during major milestones, including the Savage X Fenty show during New York Fashion Week. The Happy Sport line is known for its playful moving diamonds that dance behind the crystal, but this particular piece takes that concept to an entirely different level with its full diamond pave setting. Audemars Piguet Royal Oak 77450 or Nobody Does Pregnancy Couture. Like Rihanna, and her watch choices during this time prove that luxury doesn't pause for life changes. In a recent appearance, she stepped out wearing a floaty, ruffled Saint Laurent maternity dress paired with practical Puma trainers, and, on her wrist, a decidedly impractical but absolutely stunning Audemars Piguet Royal Oak 77450 or this 34mm beauty represents everything that makes the Royal Oak collection legendary. Crafted from 18-karat pink gold with a matching pink grand tapisserie dial and integrated bracelet, it's a monochrome masterpiece that manages to be both feminine and fierce. The Royal Oak's iconic octagonal bezel and exposed screws give it an industrial edge that perfectly balances the romantic pink gold construction. This was a freshly released model when Rihanna was spotted wearing it, and it was already commanding prices close to $90,000 in the resale market. The fact that she had access to such a new and exclusive piece speaks to her relationships within the luxury watch industry and her status as a serious collector. Patek Philippe Nautilus Flyback Chronograph. Speaking of holy grails, let's talk about one of the most sought-after watches. In Rihanna's collection, the Patek Philippe Nautilus Flyback Chronograph, reference 5980. If you know anything about luxury watches, you'll understand why this piece is so significant. What makes this piece even more special is its market position. While the retail price is around $89,800, these watches are notoriously difficult to obtain from authorized dealers, and they regularly sell for significantly higher prices on the secondary market. The fact that Rihanna has one in her collection demonstrates not just her financial capability, but also her serious commitment to collecting the finest timepieces available. Rolex Day-Date 36, the $18,500. Presidential power play. When we talk about watches that symbolize power, success, and influence, few pieces carry as much weight as the Rolex Day-Date, famously known as the presidential watch. Rihanna's choice to include this legendary timepiece in her collection speaks volumes about how she sees herself and her place in the world. Her version is a classic 36mm reference in yellow gold, complete with the iconic fluted bezel that's become synonymous with success. Rolex King Midas, the custom golden masterpiece. If the Day-Date represents traditional luxury, then Rihanna's custom Rolex King Midas represents innovation and personalization within the luxury space. This piece has one of the most memorable debut stories in her collection. Cartier Panthère de Cartier, the $28,200 versatile icon, sometimes the most impactful pieces in a collection aren't the most expensive ones. They're the ones that perfectly capture the wearer's personality and lifestyle. For Rihanna, that piece might be her Cartier Panthère de Cartier, a timepiece she's been spotted wearing repeatedly across various occasions. At approximately $28,200, it's one of the more affordable pieces in Rihanna's collection, though obviously that's a relative term when we're talking about a billionaire's watch collection. But this price point actually makes an important statement about how Rihanna approaches luxury collecting. It's not always about having the most expensive piece, it's about having the right piece for the right moment. Cartier Santos, the $40,000 industrial elegance. Rihanna's love for Cartier extends beyond the Panther to include the iconic Santos, a watch that shares similar design DNA, but takes it in a completely different direction. Where the Panther flows like jewelry, the Santos leans into a more structured, industrial aesthetic. For Rihanna, choosing to wear this piece casually while running errands sends a powerful message about approachability and authenticity. Despite her billionaire status, she's still someone who goes grocery shopping like the rest of us. She just happens to do it while wearing a $40,000 watch, the $400,000 Jacob & Co. ankle watch. Just when you think you understand Rihanna's approach to luxury watches, she completely redefines the conversation. At the Las Vegas Grand Prix in November 2023, during a Puma event, she introduced the world to a concept that nobody saw coming: the luxury ankle watch. This wasn't just any ankle accessory. This was a $400,000 diamond-encrusted Jacob & Co. creation that she wore around her ankle like it was the most natural thing in the world. The piece challenged every traditional notion of how luxury timepieces should be worn and once again demonstrated Rihanna's ability to push boundaries in ways that other celebrities simply don't attempt. Rihanna's approach to luxury watch collecting has had a measurable impact on the industry itself. Her willingness to wear expensive pieces in casual settings has influenced how brands market their watches to female consumers. Her custom modifications have sparked conversations about personalization in luxury goods. And her bold styling choices have opened up new possibilities for how timepieces can be integrated into modern fashion. What sets Rihanna apart from other celebrity watch collectors is the thoughtfulness behind her choices. So there you have it, a deep dive into one of the most spectacular luxury watch collections owned by any celebrity. From the $670,000 Jacob & Co. choker that broke the internet to the practical elegance of her everyday Cartier pieces, Rihanna's collection represents more than just expensive objects. It's a masterclass in personal style, strategic collecting, and the power of using luxury to express identity. What makes this collection even more impressive is that it's still growing. With a net worth that fluctuates but remains firmly in the billion-dollar range, and with her continued influence in fashion, beauty, and entertainment, we can expect to see even more incredible pieces added to her collection in the years to come. What did you think of Rihanna's incredible watch collection? Which piece surprised you the most? And more importantly, if you had $1 billion budget, what would your dream watch collection look like? Let me know in the comments below. Until next time, keep dreaming big, and remember, sometimes the best investment you can make is in something that makes you feel confident every time you look at it. Thanks for watching.